Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Germany, you're up. You're next. Your turn. And I'm talking about tanks delivery. Ukraine is after you like a dog in heat. That's how they are. You'll be chased. Yeah. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. Remember, Ukraine was delivered 28 tanks from Slovenia. United States agreed to deliver 80 tanks. They will be delivered by Czech Republic. They will be maintained and serviced by the Americans and the Dutch, and then sent to the Ukrainian front. T-72 tanks. 80 of them. So there would be 108 together. 80 plus 28 is 108 tanks coming from these countries. The next one is going to be Germany. Remember, the Ukrainians tried to get to Germany to get the Leopard 2 tanks as soon as possible. And the Germans said, well, no, we're not going to do that unless someone else is doing it, and so on. Now they did it. So they do not have any other justification anymore. I'm talking about the Germans, right? So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine and is from November 5, 2022. Ukraine's ambassador to Germany hopes for direct deliveries of Leopard 2 tanks. You're going to get it, I guarantee you. I guarantee you, and that is just a matter of time. Ukraine's ambassador to Germany, Oleksiy Makeyev, hopes that Germany will begin deliveries of Leopard 2 tanks for the Ukrainian armed forces. German newspaper NTV wrote on November 5, quoting the ambassador, and I'm quoting, "We have reason to hope that the decision will be made to deliver Leopard 2 from Germany directly to Ukraine," end quote, he said. I said yesterday in the video that I made regarding the delivery of the 80 T-72 tanks, I said Germany will make a decision that night, this morning, this weekend, or Monday. And I will keep you posted. Now, today's Saturday. I know those politicians, weasels, do not really work on Sunday unless they need to do some dealings and transactions. But the delivery of Leopard 2 tanks will occur immediately. I guarantee you that. 99.9%. I not guarantee you. 99.9%. The Ukrainians, the kosher team, were shaming Germany from the beginning of the war to send them everything. The only thing that's going to be missing, and that's coming too, is fighter jets. You'll see. And that's going to be done in the same pattern, the same way. It's going to be a weasel little country that Russia says, what the hell is this country here, you know? And they would deliver 2 or 3 old Russian fighter jets, and then they would increase to, I don't know, some MiG-29, and then the West say, see, nothing happened, let's go. And if something happens, they're going to say, hey, wait a minute, they delivered and nothing happened to them. We are in talks, I'm quoting, we are in talks with the federal government, end quote. The German publication Welt reported on September 6th that German Chancellor Olaf Scholz refused to supply Ukraine's armed forces with Leopard 2 tanks despite direct requests from the Ukrainian government. Commenting on this, Scholz said that his country helps Ukraine sufficiently with weapons. They don't have to, but this is the point that is missed. Nobody has to supply Ukraine with shit. All right? Everything is if I feel like. And Ukraine, those kosher leadership in Ukraine, who are on the payroll of Zimbabwe from across the Atlantic, dare to come and say, hey, you're not supplying me, and if you don't supply me with weapons, the blood of Ukrainians is on your hands. You should say, hey, whatever, Abraham, look over there. When Abraham looks over there, smack him real hard over his back of his head and send him back to his room to clean his room. And then never come back until I call you 5 times. Only after the 5th time you show up, because the other ones could be just blank shots. Unbelievable. Commenting on this, Scholz said that his country helped Ukraine sufficiently with weapons, and the decision to transfer any kind of equipment is made in coordination with allies. That means receiving orders from Zimbabwe. On October 7, the head of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, very much called on the EU to supply Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. She just decided. If you show her a tank and I don't know, a rifle, and say which one is which, she's going to say, oh, I don't know, both. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, below 86 IQ, very unexperienced person and not well read whatsoever. This person, I don't know how she's over there. I really don't know. However, on October 16, she called for strengthening Ukraine's air defense, a top issue, with the supply of tanks being a secondary question. That's just because they're afraid that the Russian might retaliate somehow against them, and it seems like they still have the power to retaliate against Germany. And I'm not talking militarily. There are probably other ways to affect the Germans. In this case, all right, I will, by Monday or Tuesday, we will hear that Germany will pretty soon transfer tanks, Leopard 2 tanks. Because as I said, the conversation goes not if they will deliver them, the conversation is already at the point when. And the Ukrainians are saying, well, now. So the point is, you deliver it now or tomorrow. There's no other option, it seems like. I'm waiting for the air fighters, for the jet fighters, airplanes to be delivered, and that's gonna happen. I'm sure, and I was sure about this from the very beginning of all this scuffle between United States and Russia in Ukraine, and on the territory of Ukraine, at the expense of the Ukrainian nation that would be eliminated in the process. And then, like any other, weasel is gonna move to another host, and we'll have them fight the Russians, and when they're done, gonna go to another one, until Russia is somehow brought back to 1991, between 1991 and 1999, Yeltsin times, where Russia was at the level of a whore, because Russia was used and abused by the collective West anytime, any number and in any way, without payment though. So it's just like that. What can I say? I said that my mountain slope model is they start slow, little, and then they end up with saying what exactly they want to say from the very beginning, but they couldn't make the jump. It was too steep, even for the lemmings, for the weasels, for the below 86 IQ people in our society, fellow citizens or not, who even they would be like, oh, wait a second, the transit, what? Give them fighter jets and tanks right now? No. So they had to build it first with helmets, bullets and HIMARS and all that. And now we got to this because the lemmings are, oh yeah, why not? And then if you look down and say, how in the hell did I get this far already? Well, little by little, they got 9 months to work on you. We knew that, but we had just to wait. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.